Hi everyone, welcome to OptraBI. Uh, this dashboard, this KPI cards, these donut charts, trend lines, breakdowns, and all sort of different charts that you see here. It's all made in minutes, and you can build it too using software called OptraBI. So it's a web application, and it's stunningly fast, and you don't need a lot of technical knowledge to build it, and you just have to get your data and go ahead and just get started. So I'm going to show you how exactly it's done, but I have to say that again, there's no coding knowledge required, no code required, no knowledge of deep, no, I would say no deep knowledge of SQL required, SQL. And it's free right now, and you can enjoy it. You can just put in your data, load your data, and get going. So let's start, but we'll build everything from the foundation. So I'll be dividing this video into, let's say, two parts, and first part would be connecting your data and building the model out of it, and then we'll move ahead with the building the dashboard. So it would be, so obviously whenever you are into, if you are into data analytics, you would know you have to get your data, clean it up, or if it's already clean, you can just load it up and you have to start visualizing. So building data models is something that we'll go into detail in this video. So let's start. So first I would like to start with what is OptraBI. So OptraBI is a business intelligence platform, right? And yeah, you might have heard already of let's say, or Tableau, or Power BI, Looker, those kind of stuff, right? Or Excel, you might be using in your everyday life, Excel, right? But this is totally different from it. The core is the same, that you're visualizing data, taking in lots of data and visualizing it. The core is the same, but it's faster. It's based on Rust, if you know the programming language Rust. So it's built from that. And so yeah, so these are totally interactive dashboards, and you have the, if you don't like the dark mode, something which I really like, so you can shift to light mode from top here. So you have a light mode dashboard, and I would like to go back to the dark mode. It's totally up to you. On the left side, if you see, it's like data source. So here is where you start loading your data. It's already loaded, but we'll go through it again. This is where you build data models, and here is the teams part. So you can invite in your team members and collaborate. And we'll leave the alerts part for some other day to discuss in our video. Feedback is very important section. So this is where you can report a bug, or create a feature request. This whatever you report in here comes back to me directly, and I'll be building on it. I'm currently building it solo, so I would say a solo founder, right? So yeah, so either or you have a general feedback, any of these, right? And I'm not saying there won't be bugs. There would be bugs, because this is built by me, tested by me alone, right? So I would be happy to hear from you. If you report a bug, I would fix it and deploy it to production, and then you can test it. So so there's the feedback. Then you have the engine status. So this status is basically, okay, all your things are running in the backend or not. If something is down, we have a problem then. But currently, as you can see, everything is running. And we'll go to the pricing and everything later on. Currently it's totally free. Then you have settings, right? So this, again, we are on the dashboard, but let's go log out and let's start from the very start, I would say. So let me take you to the home page. So it's OptraBI, right? OptraBI.in. is the URL. So when you enter it, you land on this particular landing page. Yeah, I would say, yeah. So basically, this is just a general overview of our whole application. uh, if you want something to know about the what are our current features, for example, we had launched the data model part a few days back, so we also post about our current features day to day. We update these blogs and we put in all the necessary information on that. Sometimes we also put in how to blocks, so how to connect your data and those kind of stuff. So yeah, let us move to the login part. So basically, you can just, when you're starting, you land in on the landing page, you click on start free, and you can enter your credentials. So provide in a valid email, because you'll be getting a verification email, so you can verify it. And I would strongly suggest you to use a desktop and not a mobile app. So this is a desktop application, so you won't get a very friendly, very good experience when you are using a mobile phone. So I would just say use a desktop when you're using or opening or dealing with this application. So let us just sign in, and you can just build in your own username and everything and just sign in. So let me sign in using my own. We are in, we have signed in. So this is the first thing that you see whenever you're loading in, or loading in for the first time, or you're doing a control R or a command R on your uh, keyboard, or you're basically, whenever you are refreshing the page, this gets slowed up. So there's internal navigation, so you do not need to refresh your page every time. If you do a refresh like I did right now, this would pop up, because this is basically like the starting part of the application. Okay, so let me add a new project. Let us call it test 01. And so yeah, so also let me tell you, so this is where you add a project, right? Okay, you have this on the left side, you have this drop down, and then you can just type in your project name, and yeah, like that you create a new project. So inside a project, you can add data source, data models, and then build a dashboard. So every time you have a different layer. So if you are working on a new project, you build a new project. Underneath, you build dashboards and data sources and everything. Okay, so I am into this test 01 project. Now the first thing what I do, I have two ways. Either I can go to data sources, connect a data source from here, or from this landing page I can just do a control R, or the same thing that you saw while logging in, right? So you can try a sample data route, but currently I'm not going to teach you how to do that, because it's just for exploration, right? So I would teach you a proper way to connect your data, build a model, and go ahead from there. Okay, so initially we'll pick a very simple uh, data source to build a very simple data model, not to complicate things at all. And you might have heard of this. Let me connect it, right? Just a second. Yeah, so let us connect to our data source. So it's Excel, and here we'll upload an Excel file. So yeah, sample superstore Excel uploaded, and this is loading your data. So depending on the data size, the time might vary. If it's a bigger data source, it takes much more time, else if it's a small one, it takes less time. So but anyhow, it is very fast as compared to other BI tools, I can assure you of that. On the So now when you have loaded it, on the left side in the connection, you'll see sorry, in the select tables, right? We are under select tables, so you'll see all these three tables. You can select all, or if you want to select any specific table, you can do that. Once you select all the tables, move to next, and let us leave the refresh schedule part to no auto refresh as of now, since we are just starting up. uh, if for an overview perspective, like I can tell you that this refresh schedule matters a lot in data analytics. The reason is you want your data to refresh, right? So if you are having let's say a dashboard here, right, in OptraBI, it's based on a data set. Now if the user enters new row or new data line, so it should reflect here also, right? So accordingly you can set the data to refresh here, so the engines will refresh and accordingly show the fresh data in the dashboard. So we'll cover it, that part of our platform, in some other video. We'll keep it very simple for now. So it's asking for you to rename or name the source. Let us call it superstore db. Okay, let us call it database, right? So let's say create source. Once you create the source, this has loaded to nothing. On the left side, just click on data models. Once you move to data models, you will see no data model is created. So let us create a data model. Once you click on create a data model, a canvas loads up, right? This is a proper canvas. Why is there a canvas? So let me just minimize this left bar from here. So the canvas is for you to drag and drop tables and make joins to make sense of different tables, right? The data what I loaded right now is an Excel file with 3 sheets: orders, people, returns. So we want to make sense of it. Let us first start with the orders table. Okay, so when you load in the orders table, these are the columns underneath, and their type, like date, text or number, is written accordingly. Next we'll pull in the people's table. Okay, and next we will also pull in the returns table, right? So returns table has the order ID and the returned column, and people has the regional manager and region, right? So now what we want to do is make proper joins, right? So order ID and order ID, I see it there and here, right here. So order ID to order ID, we can make a left join. Immediately once you make a join, you can see the preview table comes here, right? Preview table is just showing you that the join that you made here, right, on top here, makes sense. If it does not make sense, if it has an error, you'll not see the data here, you'll see an error here instead. So that means you're making a wrong join. Now the next join we need to make is region to region. I would say we have region somewhere here. Yeah, region, and you can make it like that, region to region. So this would also be a left join. So let us make a left join. Now you have the preview. You can also click here to refresh the preview on top right here. Now once you have the data loaded, once you can see that, yeah, the preview works well, everything is loaded. You click on apply. Now it says model applied, right? Now you have to wait for 2 seconds, 1 second, whatever, and once the model is applied, you see here it says create table from model. Now I would like to stop here, and we will pick from where we are leaving. We'll pick from the same spot in the next video. I don't want to confuse you guys with the dashboard part of it immediately after the data model part, because it would be too much to grasp at once. So first you need to cover the steps of how to make a data model. Making a data model is very important. Even if you have a single table, just you have to drop it in here, preview if all the data is loading or not, apply and create a data model. From there on only we'll pick this data model as the backbone of our dashboard. And yes, this data model can be refreshed just like your data source. So I hope it wasn't complicated. Please feel free to leave your feedback, your comments in the video. Feel free to like, dislike, whatever, and just tell me if you feel like this product is for you or not for you, and what could be added to make it much more better, and how it can help you with your day-to-day tasks. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you.